Team Ninja.
Yeah, right now.
I want to see some Akali. Maybe a Lee Sin. Lee Sin's kind of like a ninja, although he's a monk.
Although I can't remember for sure. Someone might have to verify this for me, but I believe if you have two ninjas on the same team, you actually start with one less hit point on each ninja.
And if you have three ninjas, they start with 2 or 3 less hit points. Like, that is correct.
So like, they're kind of nerfing themselves a little bit there. I don't know. I'm not sure about those picks. No, I'm just joking. It's completely fine. And speaking of late game potential to win games, Kog'Maw, pretty ridiculous at that. I mean, he's the trump card for late game. If you get him fed up enough, no other AD carries. I mean, there's a lot of great other hyper carries, but Kog'Maw can really completely carry a game all by himself. Now, they don't necessarily have the best peel in the world from right now. I mean, Olaf's job is not to be the guy to peel. He's more the guy that's going to run in there, get on your AD carry, force them out of the team fight, and let Kog'Maw do work while you zone him out. Looks like we might see an Easy in here. Again, Easy, a very popular pick. Probably going to see even more of him as we go forward, especially after that skin comes out.
Speaking of that skin,
the
did you see Pulse Fire Joe Howard?
Yeah, it was posted in the stream. I told him I saw Pulse Fire Joe Howard earlier, got a sneak peek. Wasn't too impressed with it, but hopefully, they tweak it a little bit. He gets some more time in the mid lane, and then he can come full strength at release.
It's gonna level up. The Morgana pick, really strong right here. Morgana is good in the fact that she doesn't have a whole lot of hard counter. Like, you could say, oh, I could play Talon against Morgana. Yes, you could, and that would be a lane counter. But in terms of the dynamics of a team and what Morgana's kit brings to a table in terms of a carry or a mid lane carry, she's really safe. She farms really well and has the ability to push and get out of lane and make those ganks, those strong ganks that you want from your mid lane. And so in that regard, I think Morgana should be a typical ban. I think she does get banned at most of the elos. I know if there are 3 champions I had to ban in every match, it's typically Morgana. Graves is one of them. I just don't like Graves being played on the enemy team.
Yeah, I mean, she's
on my teams, because sometimes I get a Graves player and I'm like, what are you doing?
I mean, Graves, he's really that AD carry that if you feel like you're a better player than your opponent, he's super safe. He has that potential that you could just outplay everybody in the bottom lane, if you pick him up. So if you feel like you have a really strong AD player, he is very scary. But he like you said, he's not OP.
Mr. Chauster that said that.
It was not Chauster. I believe it was Double Lift.
Yeah. So, Callan, you were at MLG.
Yes, I was.
Any remarkable stories, any awesome memories, anything that you can remember that you enjoyed the most? You also got to meet some of the players, like the VVV team was obviously there, but anything memorable, remarkable that you would like to share?
I don't know. Everything was memorable, remarkable. Like, not related to League of Legends. I got to get interviewed by Day 9. So I'm going to be on the Heart of the Swarm DVD somewhere in the Collector's Edition, which is kind of funny to me. Because I went there for League of Legends, and somehow I got on the Heart of the Swarm DVD promo, getting interviewed by him, and I got to see Jaedong in person, which to me was amazing because I didn't even know that he was going to be there. And anybody that doesn't follow StarCraft, Jaedong is basically, he's like, I'd say Flash is probably Michael Jordan, but he's he's basically like the Michael Jordan of Korea.
What about Scottie Pippen?
No, he's not Scottie Pippen, because Scottie Pippen was a facilitator. Jaedong doesn't facilitate. He goes in, he wins championships.
Well, like Kobe Bryant.
He could be a Kobe Bryant if you want. He could be a lot of those figureheads. He could be a LeBron James if you want, if he could win a title. Looks like he probably will.
But this, we're talking to a BC crew, so, do you have any hockey, references or curling references?
He's like the Wayne Gretzky because he's the only one I know. He's like the Steven Demlo of curling. Everyone's like, oh, wow. No. Shout out to Steve, our friend, who does curling. He's probably the only curling player that I know.
Oh, wait. I curl. Thank you very much.
I wouldn't say that you were in that elite caliber of curlers, but who knows? You're working your way up. I'd say you're more the Scottie Pippen of curlers. The facilitator?
No, I'm more like
making up your own shot.
I'm more like the white guy that hands out the towels and carries the water bottles of curling. However, I did invent my own curling shot, and I do play at the Seattle Granite Curling Club. I am excited to actually play on real Canadian ice because Our ice here in the state blows. It's terrible, but if you actually go up to Canada, I hear Richmond has a really nice facility for curling, but their ice is really like it's hard to explain. If you know about curling, it would make sense. If you don't know anything about curling, it's whatever. But yeah, it was cool. I got to curl my first year, and I am a crystal winner. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's kind of like winning a trophy.
Okay, because
But
no one knows what that is. I just
yeah,
want to let you
exactly.
know.
But they give out a ton of them anyways. But yeah, I did play in a men's league this year, and we did win one of our brackets. So add that to my resume.
Put it on there. Curling crystal winner. What?
But yeah, so it sounds like you had a blast at MLG.
I'd be
Uh,
on a fun. If anybody gets a chance to go to an MLG event, do it because literally, like, everybody's just normal people. Like, it's not like any other sport you see. People want to keep you away from the players. Like, it's like you don't necessarily have all this access, but literally anybody you want to talk to in esports, from Riot, from the team managers, like any pro player, like you could literally just walk up to them and have a conversation with them. It didn't even have to be like, if you want an autograph, super easy. But like even like just going over and just be like, hey, can I talk to you for like 5 or 10 minutes, or a longer, like go have breakfast with you, whatever. Like that can happen in MLG. There's tons of parties, chances to just walk up to players and talk to them. So if you ever have a chance to go to MLG and you want to go talk to these players, you have that desire, go do it. And also the other thing too, I think, is like the crowd. I think having a live crowd there and having like every kill emphasized by like a deafening roar is pretty awesome. And all the chants that come out of it. I know TSM got a ton of love. I mean, there's so many times where TSM was getting chants and Bay Life chants and all sorts of stuff. I kind of felt sorry for CLG in the finals mainly because CLG. They would basically all the fans would go, "Hey, everybody cheer for CLG!" They'd be like, "Yay!" And then everybody's like TSM, and then a TSM chant would go on for like the next 5 minutes.
so really quick, we got the champions here selected. Is there a specific person we want to do for KDA?
Yes. Right now, I'm feeling
Don't,
oh, they're gonna run
don't.
away from me. They're gonna run away from me. I had my chance. All right, we'll wait till it comes back up. I kind of want to go GG Ice, but he's rocking the Rise, or he's rocking the. He's not rocking the Rise. He's rocking the Shen. No, I'm feeling the Jungle Shen. I'm feeling like that is something I want to go with. So
Ooh, I got the bug that put mine in the bottom right hand corner.
me too. So we're just gonna have to. Well, we'll get it to you in a second. But anyways, we're gonna do the KDA of Rise. I'm gonna make that post again on Facebook. So make sure you hop onto that. We'll be giving away another prize. Along with that, if you guess correctly.
So the link should be coming up here soon. You did say that is Rise. Is that who you're doing?
No,
Or
GG Ice.
oh, GG Ice on Jungle Shen.
Yes.
All right. So
So
for
this one's
those,
gonna be tricky. It's gonna be tricky.
yeah, and so instead of maybe the kills, you might be thinking about the assists.
Yes.
So our KDA contest will be for Jungle Shen. The captain is GG Ice, and he will be on the red team using playing Scorpion Shen, as I like to call it.
Get over here.
There are some pings going down. It looks like both teams are leaving the base fairly quickly. Red team wants to protect their blue buff, so they might be setting up in the river on their blue side. Meanwhile, the blue team might be looking at, I like to call this more of an extended invade, where you go around the bottom side. You're still going to invade blue, but you're not invading through a mid. It takes longer to get there. I really like this invade when you have clairvoyance, because what you can do is you can clairvoyance right about where Ezreal is standing, and then they're like, "Oh, let's back out of the clairvoyance," and then you can walk up and run into this southern bush, and it looks like everybody is spotted. The jig is up. Blue team is going to invade.
Easy, just gonna get nicked there. Again, you might have heard the happy pings from the Northwest League of Legends group there as I was entering the Facebook contest. But good little invade there, good little spot out by Brazier. You know, he knew he'd probably be pretty safe there. And will he go back to heal up? Looks like he's going to chill around. Give some support to Darkaruki. Darkaruki going to get a good jungle here.
This is interesting. Shin doesn't normally start blue.
The late invade, but they do have a ward, so they will be
Whoa, wait,
safe.
hold on. I don't know why I was talking jungle Shin the whole time. This is a top lane Shin.
Yeah, actually, maybe they swapped it. I swore I saw a smite in there somewhere. Anyways, he's top lane.
Yeah, either ways, it's still going to be a top lane. It's still going to be Shin. So, interesting. Teleport being used here. We're going to go ahead and teleport to top lane. Not going to miss any CS. And this blue buff will get stolen here from Skarner. I think the best response is if you know you're going to be invaded and you can do it quickly. Either A, take your red with a strong leash, because most junglers that do start red and most junglers that prefer to start blue and are forced to start red. I should get a strong leash.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the red team really lost out there, and that the fact that they had to use 2 wards and they still got invaded on that didn't even take the wolves. Looks like Skarner's running over really quickly, trying to take this blue buff. He does have his smite, so it is possible. Looks like the blue team just maybe doesn't think he's going to go over there and do that, but this is actually a pretty ballsy play, and it looks like it's probably going to pay off for him. I'm actually pretty impressed that he was able to go pull it off. I know I have tried that before myself. The other team has been wise enough to know that that would probably be the response from an enemy jungler, and they collapse on you.
Well, the good news is, because they got the top red and the enemy blue buff from that side, they don't have to worry about Olaf potentially ganking top lane. The bad news is he's really low health. I don't even know if I would go for this.
Shen's low, Skarner low, quick flash from Warwick top. They're just going to back right off out of this.
So that's really good news for GG. Skarner probably, he might be able to stick around and continue jungling. I probably would blue pill here. I does have enough to complete. I mean, only with those 6 minion kills, I believe he has enough to finish. Yes, he does. He has 800 gold, so he could buy his Philosopher's Stone. But he might take the double golems real quick. His smite will be back up soon. He can go back to base, grab a Philo Stone. That early Philo will help him get that quick gold increase. There is the grab on Ezreal.
That was a great grab right there. Milky Taco jumping and trying to protect his teammate. Now you see also Milky Taco had to use those 2 wards, plus he has a pink ward, and he was going to try to gain brush control with that, but they haven't been able to do it. They're just too afraid of the Blitzcrank grab potential, and for good reason. Ezreal just got grabbed there under a lot of pressure. This is actually really big for Kog'Maw. If Kog'Maw ever gets a chance to be able to push onto a tower, that's really great for him. One, he's susceptible to ganks, but they don't have to worry about that because they saw Skarner running top and they stole his blue, so he's probably not going to be down there. And that's the only downside. Otherwise, it's great for him because normally Kog'Maw does not get that luxury. Normally, he's paired against a more aggressive lane and he'll get pressed back. Another great grab there on to Brazier. Brazier under a lot of pressure here. And Ultimate Avenger, again, continuing those clutch grabs that we saw as we jumped into the round 1 game.
Now, Morgana is out of mana. We had quite a bit of exchange here.
Kennan's actually at first blood in mid. Trading here. I think Kenan might actually get a double kill. Being very, very careful just to throw another shuriken, but it doesn't look like he has enough to actually get a stun off. Could have been a possible double kill there. Great move. GG Ice finally taking advantage against Warwick, realizes that he has the advantage here.
So one of the things that we usually talk about in Judgment is advantages and disadvantages. Because of the format, typically you'll have a couple players that are pretty top elo. You'll have a couple players that aren't so high elo. Now, elo does not equal skill. However, what it does translate into is typically mechanics. Higher elo players will have a higher level of mechanics, where that's possibly last hitting, map awareness, understanding team fight dynamics, that type of stuff. So what sometimes may happen is you'll have a higher elo player going against a lower elo player in lane, and so that creates a lane advantage, just a natural lane advantage. Especially you have GG Eyes here, who is a high level elo player. He's a captain of a team outside of Judgment. He's also counter picking in lane, and he's not quite so much a counter pick because they took Shin really early, but it's still Shin. So he's playing a pretty top tier character in a lane that's in a matchup that's probably pretty good for him.
Yeah, and really to look beyond, like, I mean, even like if you're looking beyond elo, not to just he's a high elo player like you said, like that doesn't account to everything. But he actually, we know for a fact, he has a ton of experience actually in the land snare, and actually a little bit of a counter gank going down here. Great blitz grab. Shen ult coming down to breeze air. Will they be able to turn this around? Shen Cobra going to taunt LtRawks. LtRawks is going to be focused down right away. They're trying to save Brazier. Brazier is so close to dying. Trying to kite here. Turns around, puts a little bit of damage on there. GGI is trying to run him down. Puts the ignite onto Kog'Maw. Is going to be able to pick up that kill. Now he just wants to walk over here, finish off this blitzcrank. Great dash and a double kill for GGI's. Great map awareness. Great plays right there. And that's what we're talking about. A lot of experience, great map awareness, able to pull that off, using his abilities to the max. We actually have a pause here, wondering what might be going on.
I think we're going to see a pause for trash talk. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you just got dunked on, son.
I'm going to have to do that in a custom game. Especially if I ever get a chance to kill Otter in a game, I'm like, Otter.
Pause.
Pause.
Send him a Skype call.
Just want to let you know, you just got dunked.
I think you should invite him to a Skype call. I think that's the way to go. It's like, ring, ring, ring. Pick it up. You just got dunked on, son. Unpause. He's like, what?
Something. So I'm reading chat here. Something about parent aggro. So a lot of players here in the Judgment BC and in the BC community that I've noticed are a lot of younger players. They're still in
high school or
that
junior
15 to 18-year-old range. I know a lot of the players here in the Pacific Northwest, in the Northwest League Legends group. We're actually a little bit older. A lot of us are college students. Some of us just turned 30 and are really old, like myself. But
that's why they're releasing the Pulsefire Joe skin, though. It's an anniversary skin. But anyways, yeah. So I mean, you do have to deal with parents. You do have to do your homework. Maybe you're pushing off an assignment. I know a lot of people, at least over here in our neck of the woods, are they're free and clear. They have no more school left to do.
Yeah, summer. It's basically summer's out. But that does not stop players that are young, still living at home. When that mom comes in and says, "Dinner's ready," it's like, oh my God, Mom, get out of here! I'm playing for Riot Point.
I'm trying to win a tournament. My gosh.
Ooh, I just noticed that spell shield on Morgana is yellow when it takes damage. Anyways, just random detail that I've noticed. It could be because I'm now watching in colorblind mode. But so far, things are looking good for the red team. That counter gank in bot lane has put their gold total just about, what is it, about almost 2k ahead, just about 1.5k. Skarner is going to pick up blue. The best part about having a mana-less mid, like Kennen or Vlad, or sometimes Mordekaiser, which a lot of people don't like having Mordekaiser on your team to begin with, but is the fact that if you're a jungler and you use mana, you get to use that blue buff for yourself. That means if you started blue, you're gonna hit level 6 faster if you're a level 6 dependent ganker.
It's basically just gonna make your jungle flow a lot easier, and
yeah,
plus
it's
you're
gonna
gonna
help
get
you.
boost.
It's gonna help you ramp into mid game.
Yep. It's like Kennen possibly rotating down here. See down Olaf just behind him. Doesn't want to get caught off in a 3v1, though. That would not be good, but he is going to come in here. There's the ult's going to go down. Flash over the wall, but easy. He's all in. Milky Taco going to switch his attention over to Ultimate Avenger, put those stuns in. Looks like Warwick actually teleported down. Going to ult Milky Taco under turret. That could be an amazing move. He will pick up the kill. Now Morgana has actually rotated down. The axe will just miss, and they just need to beat feet and get out of there. Great action right now in the bot lane. Skarner poking his face out there, procking a little bit of the snow.
Oh, I don't know.
Gonna get caught by that dark binding. He might have to just turn around and fight here, but it looks like he's not going to. Gonna be caught by that soul shaco. Now we have a turnaround here by Warwick. Warwick trying to run him down, has that red buff, flashes after, really aggressive, wants to get that down. Kennen trying to protect him with some stun action, but he's not able to do it.
And I can tell you right now, Shen is like, "What are you doing, team? My ult was up in like 10 seconds, and that could have been a major turnaround." But unfortunately, his ult was still on cooldown.
Yeah, and that's one of those, like, you know, those communication things, playing with the team, being like, and part of it's like to realize to quit when you're ahead. And I think it's a big problem. Like, we saw it in the first game where, you know, it ended up working out for the blue team, but the fact that, you know, they wanted to do so much, you go down and get Dragon and Blue Pill, then they could have possibly given up Baron and given, you know, opened the door for the other team to come in. You know, luckily the other team was so far behind they didn't have enough damage to do Baron, and it all worked out for them. But, you know, you see lots of little cases like that where players go in, you know, they got their double kill, that great gank off by Kennen coming bot, and they just stick around a little bit too long. Skarner doesn't get the memo, goes in, and they end up giving up a couple kills.
Yeah, I know for me, when I'm playing Shen, it's like, well, I don't get a chance to play Shen anymore because Shen's always banned. But when I do play Shen, I'm always like, "Hey, team, don't do anything stupid for the next 10 seconds." I mean, my ult's up in 10, guys. Like, but now Warwick actually picked up a double buff. Will have an opportunity to face off against Shen and, you know, with an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, with double buff, Warwick is going to have the advantage in lane. Maybe a gank would help that out, but, you know, just toe-to-toe, Shen's not going to be able to out-sustain and win those trades against Warwick.
And Skarner is coming in, and Warwick is slow to see this. He's going to get taunted. I think he's going to get Skarner ulted.
Here we go.
There's the ignite.
He's going to use the ult now, pulling him back in there, and that could be a double buff for Shen. Will he be able to taunt again, seal the deal? No, he's just going to take the kill, take his double buff, and that is what you have to be careful of.
And that was definitely the best way to recover.
Yes, and he did have the ward there, but just didn't quite react to it quick enough. Got a little bit of tunnel vision, like a lot of players do. It's a very common mistake.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about with, like, higher level mechanics. A higher level player would have seen Skarner and had been able enough time to react. Like, they're not watching the last hits. They are watching their mini map and just last hit almost unconsciously. That's kind of the, I mean, that's what you get when you become, you know, when you start playing at a higher elo.
That's and you play that many games, and yeah, you have to do that because those players will punish you more readily at that, you know, at that bracket of play versus, you know, at the lower brackets.
And Kennen is punishing Morgana here. She did miss that Dark Binding. And that is more free harass for Kennen. Kennen does have, I believe, let's just double check. Yes, he actually rushed the Will of Ancients. So he does have that early 20% spell vamp, which means he can get away with almost murder.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be able to, I mean, Morgana without her ult really can't really hang with him at all. Quick little engager. Oh my gosh, Kog'Maw might fall here. Gets the ignite on him. It's going to be very, very close. He will pick it off. Easy's going to be able to pick up that kill. Now Milky Taco trying to back out of this, trying to survive, and Blitzcrank has no mana, so he will not be able to pursue.
Did you see someone ignited a creep?
That's pretty boss. You know, you can't ignite creeps. I'm surprised that you still can ignite creeps, actually, because I don't know what you would really use it for. Ultimate Avenger might be in a little trouble here. Who engages first? Actually going to be Leona. That's a big mistake. And actually, Ken's going to fall in mid in the meantime. Great plays right there, except for Leona shouldn't have initiated the damage. It was a little unnecessary. Probably could have got out there scot-free. Let Skarner initiate. Would have been a little bit better.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, in that first exchange, Milky played that really well. And it's kind of like, oh my god, we just got this guy as an alternate. We have a chance to practice with him. We don't know what he does, but he's going to come in and play support. And actually played it really well. Lately, he's been a little over-aggressive. I think, you know, when they got that team fight that didn't go so well, and then Skarner came in with double buff and kind of donated it.
I think a lot of it is too is like you get those kills and you kind of get this blood rush, like we have the advantage because we're killing people and I'm gonna get in there. Like you can tell, like under that turret, like any other player, like, you know, we look at it and we're detached from the fact that we just got the kills, like we commented the kills, and so I mean I looked at it right away. It's like, you shouldn't hit, like, the first thing that pops to mind is, like, don't hit him first because the tower's going to aggro and you're going to die. But his thing is, like, I just got to go in there and stun people. I want to get in there. And so, and, you know, that kind of, you know, sometimes gets you killed.
Yeah. No, I been there, done that feeling myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's a common mistake. But, you know, Milky Taco, he's been doing a good job for his bot lane. Especially GG Ice coming down there with that counter gank. GG Ice, if you're on the GG Ice watch right now, 100 CS, 3-0-1. We said you might have to focus on those assists again. We thought he was a little bit of jungler, but still, it looks like he's coming up with some kills here. So whoever was thought he was going to get some kills, might be have a chance to win our next prize.
So looking at the CS here, Warwick a little behind in CS, about 30 CS behind, but he does have those 3 kills. So he's not that far behind. Warwick's probably going to rush a. Looks like he's rushing Frozen Heart. He went for the early Glacial Shroud. I like to go for the Phage Wits End. I'm sure that'll find its way into that build as well. Ezreal doing about 75 CS. Kog'Maw about 75 CS. So pretty even there, except Ezreal does have a couple kills under his belt, whereas Kog'Maw only has the single kill. Support, we don't care about CS, but if we did, we'd say Leona's winning. Oh,
great ult combo right there.
Wombo combo. Catching.
What we saw there was actually a little bit better than because this is the same lane that we saw there. It's Leona, and it's easy. It looks like we're gonna have a lot of action down bottom. Ultimate Avenger getting ulted on. The stun's coming in, exhausted, pulled back by Skarner. He surely might be dead here. It's so close. He will not be able to escape now. Rema back out, but Kennon's in here. He's going to turn the tide. Morgana basically has done nothing so far. That's all she showed herself. Made a mean face, but just too much red power down here. She's not able to actually go in and do anything about it.
And, Shin had, here's another thing about that high-level player. Shin recognized that his team was going to win this fight. He did not have to come down. He could have come down. He could have ulted in, no problem. He could have helped get some assists. He could have got some kills. But he realized that, hey, my team's got this under control. They're going to win this fight. They're going to get Dragon. I can go ahead and stay in top lane.
Morgana baiting out them to engage her so she could soul shackle, and it didn't actually do much to him.
Yeah, she really doesn't have the AP right now to really back that up. She could stun them, sure, but there's not a lot of damage here. All they gotta do is pop her Black Shield, and they might even get a kill on her. So,
yeah, she doesn't really have a lot of mana. She's gonna throw down a Tremendous Soul, just try to back him off just a little bit. Olaf's gonna come in here, back her up. Like I say, I have to hand to the bot lane. Shout out to Milky Taco and Brazier for they've layered and worked with the passive really well. And Chwasu might fall here, tries to Black Shield himself, but unfortunately, sorry buddy, that will not prevent you from taking damage from true damage, and he will fall. Kennen,
on the last tick of Ignite, is
Kennen knowing that he was gonna get the kill. Don't look at explosions, right?
Real men don't look at explosion. Oh, Milky Taco landing that blind.
He's getting in there. He wants this Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw, great actually little knock-up right there by Blitzcrank, trying to protect his carry. Actually is going to save him. Oh, great grab on the Milky Taco.
A Shin ult to save the Oracle.
That would be worth it, but I think he's okay. He actually backed off, it looked like he was going to contemplate the Shen ult. It is good to back off because, another thing, Warwick could jump onto him and cancel the ult, I believe, so.
Oh, that's a good point.
So you gotta make sure that he can't get on you while you're doing that. Looks like Olaf rotating up here. GG Ice is gonna see this. Luckily, he's pretty safe right now. Gonna dash away, but there's the flash ult by Vinsco, and will they be able to get it? Oh, this is really close. And you know what? We've been talking about, high-level mechanics. Oh, coming underneath turret, getting caught out here. GS trying to fight this other turret. Will he be able to do it? Will the true damage come in? But he's going to trade, which is actually pretty good for him in a 2v1 situation. Probably doesn't feel too bad, but Warwick will get a little bit of advantage over here. Great grab actually on the bottom by Ultimate Avenger. Grabbing Brazier. Brazier actually doesn't have any mana. If they're able to catch him and knock him up, this might be a kill. They just need to slow him down any way they can, but he just has more movement speed, and they're not able to get it. And uh-oh, here comes Skarner from behind.
Meanwhile, we've got Kennen taking out Warwick up top.
The grab goes on there. They will be able to pick up Kog'Maw. Kennen now coming in is going to be able to pick up that kill, and Ultimate Avenger having to back off completely from this. And you know what I just realized? We were talking about, I wonder if chat picked this up or anybody else pointed this out. We were talking about, the mechanic advantage. In GGIS, he does have a high elo, but Vinsco, if I believe, he is a 2K player as well.
Oh.
I believe he is a 2K player, so we have two 2K players playing against each other. But, good, basically, GGIS, he's played a lot in LAN tournaments. He has a high pedigree, high experience. So, expecting his play, he's been making some great plays. So,
yeah.
Yes. He was the first pick, I believe, for that team, for Team LtRawks.
Oh, yeah, Vince. Oh, okay. My bad. Yeah, right. So it looks so in this situation, yes, they did put the stronger players
Up in the same lane.
In the same lane, which is good. It's kind of interesting. It's like, oh yeah, well you're gonna put your good player up here. I'm gonna go up here and we're gonna man up. Let's do this, man mode time.
And so a thing to point out too is GGI's was really supposed to be VVV Altex. In Altex, we definitely would have seen him in the bot lane trying to win there. But I think the advantage actually of having GGI's as a captain is that he's a little bit more, they can put him in more positions.
And we have a teleport coming in mid.
Interesting. It looks like it got canceled too. Or no, he did come in here. Interesting. Don't quite know what that was for. Maybe they thought Kennen was going to commit blindly. Who knows?
So red team does have quite a bit of a gold lead right now in terms of deficit. But for the blue team, yes, you are behind. You're probably going to not be able to contend maybe the next dragon. But, you haven't lost all your turrets. And so what they can do is they can extend the laning phase. That's how the blue team is going to win. They want to extend the laning phase, and they want Kog'Maw to reach that 30, 40-minute mark where he can just blow up people, even Shen at range. Normally the way you beat Kog'Maw is by stacking gap closers. In this situation, they're doing a pretty good job. Leona technically is a gap closer.
Big engagement down bottom. Leona actually getting caught out a little bit here. It's a 3v2. Actually, they really want Kog'Maw. Here comes Shen. Down in here. Possibly could do this into a triple kill. Just barely misses his dash. And now he's going in, trying to take some damage. They might turn around actually onto Olaf. Quick flash away by Berserker. Turn around, throwing in his damage as best he can. He wants to run out of here. And LtRawks, he was pot committed, as we would say in poker right there. He should have just kept running at Berserker, honestly. But, tried to back off in the last moment.
Oh, Skarner tried to ult Morgana in mid, recognizing it. She just threw up a black shield.
Uh-oh, and Morgana still might fall. She pops her soul shackle. It's going to stop Skarner, but Skarner's tough enough. He's going to be able to take it and have Kennen come in, put in that little extra damage, finish her off. Looks like Vince-Oku is up top, trying to take down this turret really quickly, get some gold for his team, trying to make up for all these turrets they've been losing, make up some of that gold deficit.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
A lot of
a second
shift
turret
4.
will fall. Yeah.
A lot of shift 4. For those who don't know, shift 4 is the hotkey for the laugh function, and definitely it's kind of like a taunt in the sense that you can spam it.
And depending on the character, it might have greater taunt ability.
That's true.
Blitzcrank has a very, very good obnoxious laugh.
Yeah. But right now a lot of momentum in the favor of the red team. They're gonna get that revenge turret, I kind of like to call that. And what they could do is they could set up for Baron, an early Baron, because they have such an advantage. Or what they can do is play conservative, which is, they can pick off the smaller objectives like red buff, the outer turrets. Not red buff, sorry, Dragon. Dragon is up, and it looks like they are making a play for Dragon.
I actually really like red. Actually, they already have wards set up for Baron. The only thing they're really missing here is an Oracles. They don't have an Oracles yet. I think they probably put that on Shen right now because he's probably the least likely person to be killed. Has the gold for it, and that should be like the next move to try to move it on this Baron. And actually is going over here to steal the red buff as well. GGIC wants to do everything this game, apparently. And Kennen, meanwhile, trading here, just going to take Morgana and Olaf on 2v1. Doesn't even care, but Olaf is going to win with that lifesteal. But Kog'Maw in trouble again, and Kog'Maw just can't survive. He's died 7 times now, been picked on so much this game. They're really not going to, they really don't want him to have any chance to try to carry this game. And Shen's still working on that red buff as we come back to it.
Yeah, I was going to say, Shen's a great choice for Oracle. I literally like Skarner for an Oracle. Skarner, oh, nice.
Oh, wow, great grab. Almost pulled him back into Leona. That would have been pro. But they will be able to grow it to take him down, and now they're going to be able to press mid if they like. Olaf's going to probably try to clear some waves with his axe. Not going to work so well, and they're going to be able to take down this turret. Really, if they can do it quick enough, that is the key. Because Morgana wants to walk in here as soon as possible, just pop her ult. It looks like she will. She's going to hit 3 targets. Love that new spell effect right there. You can see exactly everybody that's getting hit. And they're just going to Shurela's River out of this, give up 1 kill there. Stuck around a little bit too long. But turret very, very low. Next time they push on it, definitely should be able to poke it down if they so like. But they're probably going to give up mid turret in response, but I don't think Ken and Leona are going to be able to stop this push. Unless Shen comes back around. The rope-a-dope. In comes the Ken. No, just going to clear the way.
Well, Slicing Maelstrom is not up for Kennen.
Ooh,
that grab would have been really nice.
I know, it was a good attempt to grab. Another thing too is when you get in that situation where you're near that turret and you have that choke point on the right hand side, the reason you never want to go there is because it's really easy to hit people with skill shots. I think if Ultimate Avenger would have took just like a second longer to realize that that's where Kennen was heading, he would have easily landed that grab.
Yeah, definitely a game of patience when you're playing Blitzcrank. For me, I like to fire that rocket grab off and be like, I'm praying. It's literally like, I hope this hits. And I hope I didn't grab Alistar.
Ezreal flying down lane, trying to farm a little bit. I see, Ezreal, now that he's played a lot more, a lot of people use his ult much like Misfortune would. You just want to clear waves with it, farm up with it. While you can. And it looks like Blue's definitely going to put the pressure on this time. They have 4 people mid. No one's really there to defend. Skarner just on the wings, just kind of hanging around, making his presence known. Not really going to be able to make a move. And Blue's come back out with a lot of great warding. They have Baron warded. They have 3 wards, 4 wards near the bottom brush. Not necessarily the place they net. Oh, wow. Great grab onto Kennen. Will they be able to convert this? It looks like they will be able to take this down. And now they might have to be in full retreat. But Scar just tanking in there. And in comes Shen. And now I think the team fight has turned. Now they're definitely trying to go on to Ezreal and trying to pick him off. There's a great hourglass. But trying to protect her, but it's a little bit too late. And now it's only Warwick left. No support for him. They're going to pick up this kill. Great job and great kiting by Bruiser, actually, to stay alive during that fight, even though he's being focused, chased down, and did a great job right there.
Yeah, Kog'Maw actually, he thought about getting in that fight, and I don't know if it was more of a scared or hesitation, but Shin basically showed himself to be in range, and basically zoned out Kog'Maw for the entire fight. Kog'Maw turned tail and ran. And basically, the rest of the team decided to actually compete. Or sorry, the rest of the team fought in a matchup that really wasn't going to be beneficial to them.
Yeah, and really, if we look at the AD carries, Kog'Maw just bought a BF sword. He didn't even have a BF sword for that fight. Like, even if he was to sit there, with his Arcane Barrage, it wouldn't do that much damage. Like, he would basically be just like throwing feathers at the enemy team, which, is really highly inefficient. Have you ever tried to throw feathers? They don't go very far. It's not very good. But anyways, the point is that he doesn't have a lot of damage on there. If you look at Easy on the other side, Easy already has Bloodthirsty, has Triforce. Like, he is a damage machine. And if you look at Kog'Maw, where he would want to be, if, Kog'Maw was even there in that team fight, if he had Infinity Edge, he had his Phantom Dancer, then, I definitely would have wanted to see him involved in that team fight. But I think even he realized it's like, I can't even hurt these guys. Like... And at that point, it's not a very good proposition for the blue team at this point in the game.
Also, news this just in. Team Mr. Barney has won. They're going to move on to the finals.
Oh, nice.
So the winner of this team will compete against Team Mr. Barney, or in this case, Tinsu X.
And also, the Pimp Imp will be playing for 3rd, 4th place against the loser of this game, which will be casted by Ryok. I will have to go find a stream link. I believe it's on the Reddit post, but I'll go find it and post it for you guys if you guys want to see him. He's just new to casting. Decided to help us out for this. He's brand new, so go there, show him some love. Watch the 3rd, 4th place game if you have some friends that are on those teams and you want to watch those games. Go ahead, show him some love. Have both streams up even. That would be great. Initiation here. Kennen and Slicing Maelstrom coming in here. They're going to take off Kog'Maw right away. Not going to survive. They're actually going to tear down Easy right away, which is really good for them. But the rest of the red team pretty much up and running. The support will fall, but all the carries and the tanky bad guys that you don't want to live still alive. And it looks like they didn't even take any damage. If you look at a GG Ice right now, he is in full just like, I am unkillable. Hear me roar.
Well, it could have been worse. Ezreal could still be alive. I
Yeah,
think they are still going to be able to
factually
get this inhib pretty decently.
Yeah, they should be able to pick up this inhib. Most of the members are down for 20 seconds. The carries are at least. I don't really count Kog'Maw in this instance because Kog'Maw is pretty far behind. Just finished his Infinity actually, so he was a little bit relevant. I would like to see him maybe pick up a green elixir, possibly. And Kog'Maw might. Oh, whoa! I thought that grabbed him. I can't believe it missed. It just barely misses. But Kog'Maw, I'd like to see him maybe pick up a green elixir at least, to make up for the fact that he doesn't quite, his build isn't as advanced, and that can make up for a little bit of the fact that he's behind. Might be a good option at this point.
Well, Baron has worn off now, so unfortunately, the red team has such a gold advantage. They're at about 15k or so,
Yeah, well,
give or take a couple k.
They're almost at 20k.
Yeah, they have such a gold advantage that they've almost completed builds, or they're like an entire item above the blue team right now. But, well, I guess Baron hasn't worn off. I just realized that GGI still has his, which means that
Skarner getting in there, and blue team being really aggressive here. Even though they're behind, they just want to get in there, want to get some kills. It felt like they had the 4v3. They can convert some kills. They are going to pick up Leona. They might pick up another kill. This would be really bad. They actually run back into Tormented Stoil, and Kog'Maw come in for a kill, but GG Ice is on board. This is a lot of trouble. Kog'Maw's going to fall first, and with that stun from Kenny, he's going to take that true damage from the Ichthyan Surprise, but it's not going to matter. Warwick's going to try to sustain through this. Great Hourglass in Warwick's face to not take damage, and once GG Ice is in the team fight, you pretty much can call it. At that point, he shows up, puts a stomp to that, but that was actually pretty great. Them running back into the tormented soil to run away and getting taken down. Great. Along with the Kog'Maw. Pretty stellar. That was fun.
But looks like if you're if you're still tuned in and you're watching and cheering for the GG Ice watch, 11-1-7 did go godlike on that recent kill or recent exchange.
Godlike.
It's kind of not looking so well for the blue team, but they did show signs of life. Kog'Maw got a shutdown, and
yeah, let's give him some good amount of gold. He's able to pick up the Cloak of Agility right there. This is going to help him get close to that Phantom Dancer. But they're going to eat Olaf's face.
Yeah, he did. Oh, excuse me, he did get popped pretty quickly. Olaf not necessarily going a super tanky build. Looks like he went Wriggles into Brutalizer into a Phage. Normally you see, and looks like he's picking up an attack speed item here.
GG Ice just not care. He's like, pull me over the wall. Pull me. I'm right here, Ultimate Avenger. Do it now. I'm right here. And my favorite part too was when Morgana threw out her Dark Binding and it hit GG Ice, and then she was like, "No, I don't want to be a part of that." And wow, Skarner diving Nexus turrets, that's the stage of the red team, and they're feeling good about that. And there's a Shirello's Revy pull out Morgana. Morgana's gonna hop back under her turrets, a little bit too aggressive. He's gonna get ulted under two Nexus turrets. And now GG Ice is in the fight. Will he be able to pull us off? Slicing Maelstrom going on. A lot of members flashing out, trying to not get stunned, but Kog'Maw actually runs back into the stun. And then flashes back out and throws off his ult, and that's all he can do. He needs to get far away. He's going to get picked off here. He will get picked off, and that is probably going to be the game. 43 kills to 17. Red team finally putting this one in the bag, I believe. 30 seconds down. Yes, this should be the game. Great game by them. Some good moves by blue team. They actually had some good plays. But in the end, red team overall just playing a stellar game. And again, GGIS being all over the map. Great map awareness and great play by him.
And we should see a double explosion.
And so we should see GG Eyes versus Mr. Barney in the finals. The Pimp will go on.